Hey, beautiful people. In this video, I'm going to teach you guys how to write the perfect Goodwill letter to remove those late payments. And this is going to help improve your odds of actually getting approved for more credit cards. Credit cards do not like late payments, okay? The Goodwill letter is for those people that have late payments. You basically begging these companies, say if you had a late payment on your Capital One credit card, you're basically begging these credit card companies, begging Capital One to remove the late payment or late payments from your credit reports. Now, before we start off, let me start off by saying I already have dispute letters available or Goodwill letters for late payments, and these are going to be perfect because you're going to send it to the actual company and the credit bureaus, so you can tell the credit bureaus to remove it too. You don't just have to beg the company. You can ask the credit bureaus to remove them, and let me show you that now, because if you're like me, I just have a lot of stuff going on in my head. I just don't have time to just figure some things out. I can plug in information, but it's just too much to just start from scratch when there's something out there that's ready for you now that you can just fill in. That has gotten results too. So let me show you what that is. So if you go to my website, Rickita.com, and you scroll down, you will see right here late payment removal letters. Now, these are going to be only $27, and you're getting 6 letters in the package. And with the 6 letters, it's basically 3 months of letters. So it's not just you just trying one time. I'm telling you now, hey, create your first letter. You spending hours to create your first letter. It's 6 letters in the package. You're going to be able to send them to the credit bureaus and also to the companies. I gave you the letters, and I'll tell you which order to actually send these letters in. So if there's something you're interested in, I already have it on my website. But for those people that want to actually create letters like specifically for their situation, and you want to add more details, or and you just want to create the letter, then let me show you all how you guys can do that. Now, when it comes down to any letter, the first thing is with something like this, especially you're begging them to remove a late payment when you really did mess up. You want to make sure you um, start with a polite and humble tone. Okay, so be respectful and sincere when you're writing your letter. So just act like you're writing a regular letter. I'm going to talk now to tell you like what you can put on your letter, but in a way you want to actually put it however you want to put it. So you can start off by saying, Dear Capital One, thank you so much for allowing me the opportunity to have your credit card. I love your credit card. Everything has been amazing with your credit card, but I seem to have a late payment on your credit card and it's really damaging my credit. I had a situation where, I just had the hurricane. I can say like, oh, I just had the hurricane come through. Not come through, but I just had a hurricane in my area and it made me be late on my credit card. I was hoping that you all will be able to remove this late payment from my credit card. I had the credit card for 5 years. Removing this late payment will allow me to move on, and I will ensure that I will never have a late payment again. It can be something as simple as that. Now, there is more things in here, but just start off being polite and humble. You kind of begging in a way, but just be respectful, okay? Just be respectful. I'm like, you guys have a late payment on my credit report. Y'all need to remove this from my credit report now. I'm going to sue you. That's not the tone, because you had a late payment. You messed up. They're not required to remove it, okay? Next, you want to explain the reason why you had the late payment. My reason was the hurricane. Explain your reason. Did you lose your job? Did you move to a new address? You didn't get your statement, because that's a good one too. You moved to a new address, you never got your statement, and you get all your statements in the mail. They're all paper statements. Did something happen where anything, whatever the case may be, put it on there. Whatever your reason may be. Well, a lot of times it's people that lost their job, or they had a pay cut, or something happened like that. They had something horrific happen, maybe a death in the family, and they had other expenses. Whatever the case may be, put it on your letter, okay? And show you how you have improved. Like I put in there, I have my credit card for 5 years. This is my first late payment. I never had this. Like, say things like that. Like, if this late payment is wouldn't say you had it for 5 years, but you was late 2 years ago, and that late payment's from 2 years ago. Say, hey, I have not been late in 2 years I had that one late payment I had you guys for 5 years. Say things like that. Now, when it come down to these credit cards, you guys, make sure that you guys have some type of fraud protection available. So protecting your credit is going to be crucial, especially with the frequent data breaches. I don't know if you guys heard about all the different data breaches that we're having, but we have so many out there. That's why I'm so happy that Aura is actually sponsoring this video, because Aura can actually help you protect your identity. So Aura has a 14-day free trial that you all can check out. They actually have online security too, and it's powered by AI. They have a 14-day free trial, and I have it in the description and in the comments. They have $1 million coverage. Say if you guys were to have identity theft, then you guys are able to use this coverage for any losses or fees that's due to the identity theft. So that's really great. You have a 60-day money back guarantee, so you can try this risk free. And when it come down to Aura, you guys, if you guys were to have anything happen in terms of fraud or anything on your credit reports, you guys, they're going to let you know right away. Hey, you have a new account. Is this yours? Hey, we seen your information on the dark web. These are the different steps you need to check to fix it. And they have a US based customer service. So when you call them a US based, they answer right away. And they have things too for your kids too. So you can explore different things to set boundaries with your kids. So you can block certain sites if you don't want them on certain sites. So if you don't, they're so young, you don't want them on Instagram, Snapchat, and things like that. You guys can block that. You also can have the healthy habits like your screen time, and then also too, they have some help for the cyberbullying and the predators while your kids are gaming. But I am so happy that Aura actually sponsored this video. Definitely get this so that you guys can protect your identity. And if you guys are buying things on the web, searching on the web, you definitely gonna need a VPN, and they got you. So all you have to do is sign up for the 14-day free trial, choose your plan, get all the way set up, and then they'll notify you. As you can see right here, we resolved 3 threats in the last 30 days. They'll notify you and they'll help you with these different things. So again, thank you so much, Aura, for sponsoring this video. I think it's going to be great for a lot of you guys to have. So definitely check them out. Again, it's a 14-day free trial down below in the comments and also in the description. Now, the next thing is you want to request removal of the late payments. So clearly state your request. I request that you remove the late payment from June 2022. Whatever month it is, ask them to remove it. You can go to Credit Karma, you can go to Identity IQ, and you will be able to see the actual month that you had that late payment. I know sometimes we know we had the late payment, it's on our credit report, but please know that date and actually put it on your letter. And make sure that you guys proofread your letters. Even if you guys were to purchase the package of letters, please pre that's hilarious. Proofread these letters before you send them. You have to make sure you do that, because if you don't do that, you might have a mistake in there. Maybe you're going to put the wrong address, maybe you're going to put your wrong personal information, and they're going to assume that it did not come from you. And when it come down to these letters, you guys, it's going to take like 30 days for them to even respond to you. That's at least one of the requirements. They have 30 days to actually respond to your letter. So if you send the wrong letter and they're still to, or if not the wrong letter, you send a letter with the wrong information, then you have to wait for that letter to come back, for them to say, hey, we don't know who you are, we don't have the right information. That may take 20 to 25 days. You didn't wasted time. So just make sure you proofread it, make sure everything is correct, and then you have a greater chance of them actually removing the late payments. Now, sometimes, let me say this, sometimes they're not going to remove the late payments right away. That's why in that package of letters, you guys, you have more than one letter that you have to send. So when it come down to the package of letters, let me tell you guys the order basically of these letters. So the first letter you're going to send to the credit bureaus. Actually, you're going to ask the credit bureaus to remove the late payment from your credit report. If they do not remove the late payment from your credit report, then you're going to send a second letter to the credit bureaus, and then you're going to send, these are months too. The first month, one letter to the credit bureau. Second month, you're going to send one to the credit bureaus, and now also whoever you're sending the late payment letters for. If you got 4 different companies that technically got late payments, then you want to send one to each of those companies. If it's still not deleted, then you have a third month where you want to send more letters. So you're going to send one to the credit bureaus again, and then one to each company that's still reporting that late payment. Now, if you do the math, you'll know that's 5 letters. Now, when you send a letter to the credit bureaus, they have to respond within 30 days. So if they don't respond in 30 days, I do have a special letter saying, hey, you have not responded in 30 days and verify this information to be true. You have to remove my credit reports. So definitely that can be a great letter for you. And that's why I tell you all, when it come down to sending out dispute letters, please send your dispute letter certified, because you can say, yes, I actually did mail you a letter and it has been 30 days and you have not responded. And that way you have a paper trail. You're not just saying, hey, I sent the letter and you have no proof of them actually getting the letter. Please send it certified. You'll be surprised. Even when you send it certified, sometimes they just don't get it. So you have to resend it again. So definitely send it certified, but writing a good Goodwill letter can help you remove those late payments from your credit reports. I have seen it done multiple times. I've done it multiple times. We're removing late payments. So definitely do this. And if you guys have any questions, please let me know down below in the comments. And again, thank you so much, Aura, for actually sponsoring the video. They have a 14-day free trial down below. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.